The Ron G Morning Show, every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. only on WSAN Radio, the soul of America. All right, good morning, everybody. And of course, everybody knows today starts DreamWeek. And we were at that conference, and the guy said, why don't you make it Dream Month? Because it is a month long if you look at it. But I'm excited to have these ladies here today because they got something going on that y'all really need to know about because it's a lot. And I'm honored to be on a panel. And as I was telling Dr. Brian over there, I will behave myself. And she said, no need to worry. But I know it's all good, though. So I'm going to let each one of you introduce yourself, starting off with Dr. Marche Bryant.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to introduce ourselves and be here. My name is Dr. Marche Bryant. I am the Social Action Chair for our Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated Epsilon Alpha Eta Zeta chapter. I'm here out of San Antonio, and I'm a resident. I've been here, excited to work with DreamWeek. Going on 3 years now, so I will pass the virtual mic to our president, Sydney Knowles.
Hello, good morning, good morning. Thank you, my soror. And again, I do bring you greetings as Sydney Knowles, the president, charter and inaugural president of Epsilon Alpha Eta Zeta chapter. We are so excited about DreamWeek started. We were at the press conference with you on Tuesday, and I am looking forward to our conversation about the event that you spoke about. And so I will pass the virtual mic to my soror, Donalda Smith, who serves as, well, I'll let her tell you what she serves as.
Hi, Dee Smith, and I'm the second vice president who's in charge of programs. So any service that we do, a community service, falls under me.
Okay. So I'll let anybody jump in on this one. So what is your DreamWeek event, and what is it about?
Marche?
Excellent question. We actually have a way that we'll start this, if you don't mind. We have an opening script that will start off with who we are, and I figured we can get that done by our president of the chapter, if you don't mind. Go ahead.
Is that okay? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Go for it.
Before we get into this event that we're going to talk about today, Revelations in the Shadow, we do want to introduce ourselves as the finer women of Zeta Phi Beta and how we got to the point of selecting the particular event that we are hoping you all come to tomorrow. So Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated is an organization founded on 4 principles: scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood, which is the unique principle that we take a lot of pride in. We are actually prepared to celebrate 106 years of serving this globe because we are an international organization. And so our actual founding day is next Friday. And one of the things as local chapters that we do is we follow the current platform of our international President Dr. Stacey NC Grant, where she has charged her chapters to focus on areas of social, health, and economic justice. And so Epsilon Alpha Eta Zeta chapter, we tag ourselves as the elite EOS chapter. We have the honor of serving all of Bexar County. So that's any suburbs within Bexar County, in addition to West San Antonio. So what you will see, if you see ladies in blue and white, we are working with different organizations, different populations within our community in those 3 specific focus areas of social, health, and economic justice. So we are only 2 years old. The chapter itself just actually celebrated 2 years of service and existence. And I am so proud as the president of this organization of the amount of work we have done in just a short 24 months. And so one of the things Zeta takes pride on being action oriented. And so one of the first things that we did when we started to design the work that we're going to do in the community, we knew how important DreamWeek is for the San Antonio area. And so even with us being less than 1 month old, we actually started engaging with DreamWeek in 2020. No, so we did our first year, sorry. 2025, we had our first week. And so with the theme of Dream Week this year being Revelations, we really chose to look at that and highlight what are some things that we need to bring about with certain heroes within our community that do a lot of behind the scenes work that has great impact, but because they're behind the scenes, they are silent heroes. And so and I apologize. I'm sorry. I just realized I started taking over what someone else was going to introduce. But to sum us up, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Epsilon Alpha Eta Zeta Chapter, we really focus on education, civic engagement, health awareness, and justice in our communities, but specific to the Bexar County and West San Antonio area. And I apologize to my SOAR because I started talking about the event. So I will go ahead and pass the microphone to my SOAR D. Smith. And Mr. Gordon, we are going to go ahead and finally answer your question about Dream Week. She's going to now take you into that answer, but we appreciate your flexibility.
All righty.
And with a background story.
That's good.
Okay, I'm taking you into the program.
What is Dream Week?
I think, Marche, we're going to pass that to you, Sir Brian.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Dream Week San Antonio, is basically for everyone throughout the city, a chance to conversate and collect after we are the largest MLK march here in San Antonio. And it was a way for us to, throughout and surrounding the MLK march, we would be able to collectively inspire and dialogue and action across the communities. Through panel discussion, workshops, service projects, and cultural events, we're honored that we are setting up a program that our Madam President mentioned is a 2-mini panel discussion focused on civic engagement and storytelling, the impact of disinformation and how your story has helped you do the work that you've been doing in the community. And what we started off was we wanted to poll the community and find out who those unsung heroes were for them. And so we collected 7 individuals that were highlighted throughout the community that has been doing unhidden work throughout San Antonio. And so we will be recognizing them, and they're on a panel as well. So please come out and listen to them, see their story, what they've been about. I mean, we have a diverse group of individuals that, has been inspiring great work for many years here in San Antonio. And we're excited also for our audience. In case you missed it, you get a chance to nominate your hero, and we will be post-event doing a social media blast out there to let us know who your heroes are, and we'll be able to highlight those heroes that were recommended at our event, as well as our 7 individuals that will be highlighted from previous nominations. So we're excited about this opportunity to really hear these stories of our trailblazers that many people have, recognized, some of them even twice nominated. So we really are excited to hear from these young people. Dream Week continues to be a space where dialogue, service, and recognition come together. Zeta Phi Beta, we're here in the community doing our work around our 4 pillars, as our president mentioned, and we want to strengthen the heart of our community, and why not start with Dream Week? Dream Week is the foundation and the heartbeat of San Antonio.
I want to piggyback off what the president said. I have always said that nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes. All they see is the finished product. They see that facade. They see everything going on. Like, I could tell you stories that things happen at the last minute to me behind the scenes before I do a live broadcast, but nobody never know what happened. Only I know. And she is right, because behind the scenes, now, I'm going to be honest with you. Even though I'm on the radio all the time, I don't want to be up front anywhere. I'm going to be honest with you. That's something that I like, to be behind the scenes and do things behind the scenes. But to see that and somebody see you and nominate you, that is an honor for all 7 of us, for that recommendation to let us know about that. So when you go and you're looking for somebody like that, what are your criteria in looking for that person and asking them to be on the panel?
Thank you so much. But you want to take that?
Well, and I want to speak to the point that you said. Everyone knows there are different dynamics for teams. You have your team lead, you have your support system. And so I think because of our networks and the people that we know within the community, people in the community know the people that they work with. So I think it was very easy for our nominators to be able to identify, I've worked with this person. You may not have seen them on the mic. You may not have seen them on the stage, but make no mistake that the work that you see happening was done because of the magic they're doing behind the curtain, where they actually choose to be and where they actually display their talents best. So I think that although a lot of times credit is, and whether you look at credit is important or not, but recognition is given to the people that you've seen, we saw the other end of the spectrum of where without those people behind the scenes, all of these things that are happening within our community would not happen. And so as far as the criteria, I will pass that over to Dr. Bryant to talk about what was the vision and the design of how we even figure out who should we actually recognize and honor.
Thank you for that. Yes, we took a form and we went through and just kind of figured out where they were in the community. We wanted to know what part of San Antonio they touched, where was the community, what was the work that they've been doing behind the scenes. And we took all of these accounts that were provided to us and we were able to read through meticulously each one of them. And I can tell you throughout each of those stories, without, giving any real hint of what's going to happen at our program. So if you want to know what these young individuals are doing, please come and show up. But I'm telling you, when you read the stories, they have touched every part of San Antonio in many, many different aspects, from leadership to civic engagement to healthcare to arts industry and education. We have so many places that they were, and a lot of them were in multiple places that it was hard to figure out, like, where did they sit, because they had such a huge impact. And so we were so excited to read these stories. And some people, you're like, I didn't even know they were doing that. And I didn't know that happened. But of course, it wouldn't have happened unless these individuals were right there doing the work they're doing. And so that is good to be able to see someone else nominating these young people for these roles, because you see it through their eyes. And so that was the kind of the vision, was we wanted to really give an impact to San Antonio community and really poll and figure out who are our unsung heroes in line with the DreamWeek theme of revelations in the shadows. So you're in the shadows, you're doing the work, you're constantly there, you're showing up, and you're maybe probably unappreciated, probably not recognized. And so we wanted to highlight these young people for our event. And so we kind of built this way to have a nomination platform, and we pushed it out in many different modes and means of communication to reach San Antonio community to find out who we could recognize in our program. And so these young individuals were nominated, and so excited to hear their stories.
Okay, I just got somebody just sent me a question writer to ask you. What all will your organization do in the upcoming year for the community? You got any events planned coming up?
I could cover that since I'm in charge of programs. Each month we try to do, well, we're doing overabundance of work this year. We have some new sorors in, and they're highly motivated, so they're keeping me pretty busy. Some of the things that we do are, we work with CUB, which is Communities Under the Bridge. We go there, we feed the homeless. We work with the nursing home for our seniors, providing just getting in there, talking to them and letting them do something different and have conversation with someone outside of the institution that they're in. We do social actions, such as what we're doing today. We try to put on a panel at least once a quarter. We've done the Christmas tree lighting. We've done Relay for Life. American Heart Association is one of our partners. March of Dimes. It goes on, and you all probably can add even more. But we pretty much look at, like we talked about, economic and social injustice, the parenting, the mama bus. We look at maternal health of Black women. And so what we're looking at is to try to peg ourselves into the health and wellness field right now. And we do other things outside of that as well.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And if I may, again, with just our chapter being with under 2 years old, within our first full year of service, the city of San Antonio did recognize us with a proclamation for work related to triple negative breast cancer awareness. So we did focus on that as well. One of the things, when you ask what are we doing, we have two major things coming up. So in recognition of our Founders Day next week, we will be launching a 30-day campaign about financial literacy. So once a week, we are invited, and we will make sure that your viewers know where to find us on social media. But once a week, starting January 21st, we will be having a lesson about different financial literacy tips that you can use, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, expert at financial wellness. We'll be talking about that, but also coming at the back end of February, we will be having a redistricting panel. This is going to focus, we know there has been a lot around the entire nation redrawing their maps, the congressional maps. We know it has hit Texas. We have a dignitary in town this week, all over the city, talking about that. But one of the things that we started targeting, and we do have two local politicians that will be joining us for our panel, we are going to make sure that Bexar County and San Antonio is ready for the elections that are coming up in March, and we need them to understand why those redrawings of those maps are important and how they may have impacted them. So we will be having that conversation. And Mr. Gordon, we will make sure that you have that information to hopefully spread to your viewers as well.
You talking about elections and stuff. I didn't tell the doctor this, that I have been a Bexar County election judge for over 5 years. And the reason why I became that, because I want to see how the process is going. All that falsehood that was going out there saying it's rigged, it's this and that, I went firsthand to see it is not. So like I said, misinformation is part of the social media now. So we have to get out there and give them the right information. And that is so critical right now. You're talking about election coming up March 3rd. The information's got to get out there. But, I don't know if you see it. We dwell so much on the negative stuff, we forget what's really out there. A
lot of times.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there saying, no, that's false. But then people, how can I put it? People are so lazy nowadays that they refuse to see the truth or read up on it. They rather listen to somebody else with their narrative, and you're going to follow them instead of seeing exactly what's going on. So my approach is to educate the public in the community what's going on out there in election time. See, I'm going to get on my soapbox on that.
Get on the soapbox. I do it all the time.
Because what I'm doing right now, I'm getting all the candidates together. I'm looking at each one of them. And what I do, I put the pros and cons. And then I'll give a summary. I did that on this last election. I did all the pros and cons on each thing. Then I gave my summary. Then you could click on it and listen to it. And then you go ahead and vote the way you want to vote. I'm not telling them how to vote. I'm just telling you what's out there on paper and what I feel is the truth. And we need that. We need to educate more than anything else. Education is so important that I'm going to be honest with you, I think we just plain forgot about it. So, but anyway, I want to get back to what this young lady was talking about, nursing homes. I would love to partner up with y'all on that because I've been wanting it for at least 2 years. I've been wanting to go out to nursing homes and play some music in the afternoon for maybe a couple hours. Maybe do karaoke with them. That's something I've been wanting to do for years, and I would love to partner up with y'all to do things like that. What do you think?
I think that's very important. My sister had a major stroke and she was in a nursing home for a period of time. So I would go visit her every day. And on that one day when that music came, oh, it just lit up everyone. And she would just ride around. We would just take her in the wheelchair and dance with the wheelchair. And all of music makes such a difference
Yes.
in the recovery and how they see things. So I think that's important. And you can get with me and we can make that happen every other fourth Sunday we go there. So,
Okay.
we can make that happen.
That's an amazing idea. And EI's chapter loves collaboration. So I look forward to us working that out.
Yeah, well, I still want to work. Not just that, I want to work together with y'all doing anything out there because the word's got to get out. And with your following, the following I have, we could conquer Bear County.
So it sounds like you want to be present at our redistricting panel on February 28th.
It's possible. It's possible.
What, say that again?
It sounds like you want to be there with us at our redistricting panel on February 28th.
That sounds good to me.
All right, we'll connect. We are going to connect about that.
Like I said, at least you didn't do like this one person. There's one person, hey, Ron, I need you right here to do this. So you told me to do this? She said yes.
He said yes. I wrote that down.
No, I don't mind doing anything to help out any way that I can. So, need a sound system somewhere, need a DJ somewhere, all that stuff. I'm just one phone call away because I'm all about community. And I have always been like that. And it's just, like I said, I had somebody call me one day and said, Ron, we need a DJ and all we have is this amount of money. Will that work? I said, how much you got? I said, that'll work. And I said, that'll work. And I do pro bono stuff. Don't make me any difference. I just like going out there helping the community, basically the same thing that y'all doing. Because without your organization and others around here, you see what we're going through right now. And we need all the help that we can get. And, and I'm out there for you. You call me 2:00 in the morning. Well, don't do that. But if you do, just say, hey,
not to do that.
Yeah, we need some help with this. How can you help?
That's when I do my best work at 2 a.m. So
oh, I'm telling you.
To all of her emails.
2:30.
But it sounds like that's exactly why you, sir, will be on our panel tomorrow afternoon. So we applaud you and actually talking the talk, not just talking about it, but actually walking and being about it. That's exactly why you are going to be on our stage tomorrow. So thank you for what you do for our community.
Okay. I'm just, well, you're welcome. As Marche would tell you, I'm just myself. Marche been knowing me. She's been knowing me for years. I don't think I changed. I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it like it is.
Definitely. So that's why we have 2 young people here present that are going to be recognized tomorrow. We have our own Sor Donalda or D. Smith is going to be there as well. She's highlighted in the community of doing work as well. So even the community speaks, even through the work we're doing. So we're excited to have her there representing us. And of course, your DJ, your radio host, Ronald Gordon Sr. is going to be there as well. So that's 2 of the 7 right here.
And I'm not going to correct you. I take that. It makes me feel good when you say young people. And I turn around and look and I say, when did I become young?
You just defined by your spirit.
That's it. I get that from my grandma. So, even though she got to be 88 years old, she had a young at heart spirit. So I always say everybody's young. In your mind, it's in your mind.
And I do the same thing. When I meet somebody, I call them a young lady or young man. I always say that. This one lady came up to me and said, I appreciate you telling me I'm a young lady, but I'm 80-something years old. I said, but you're young in heart.
Well, I feel young. Sometimes I feel like I'm 30, but until these knees and my ankles and hips, and then they say, "Oh no, you're not 30."
Yeah. So, with your organization, with everything going on, I gotta ask this question: have you ever felt overwhelmed, or you took on too much?
Every day, every week. But
Oh,
but it's
wow.
gratifying, so we continue to keep pushing. Whenever you help others, to me, it makes me feel good when I help others. I like to give more than receive. So
Wow.
I
Yes.
Go ahead, Dr. Bryant.
Oh, what I was going to say is when you get to the point where you're overwhelmed and you're doing a lot of things, that's when you reassess and you make sure that you lean into teamwork and the others that are around you and they're able to pick up the slack. And it doesn't matter who actually does it, the team makes it work. The team makes the dream work. So that's where we are.
Mm.
And that's how we're putting on this wonderful event tomorrow is there's a whole team of us together. That's just right here, you're seeing 3, but there are at least 15 other individuals that
Wow.
have been working to put this on diligently. And I lean on their expertise and their experience and also just their camaraderie throughout this. So I'm so excited to be there. So come and join us tomorrow at
Yeah,
2 p.m.
I think Epsilon Alpha Eta Zeta chapter has given a healthier connotation to the state of being overwhelmed, and kind of like my second vice president said, she was ready to answer very transparently, yes, we are overwhelmed. I was like, do I give my true authentic answer? But like she said before, we do a lot of work, but that's what we said we were going to do. And I think the fruits of our labor make it all worth it. Are we never tiring in our efforts? Busy, not overwhelmed. Overwhelmed maybe, but nonetheless, the outcome of the work we put into everything makes it totally worth it after we take our breath and bow. So always worth it, always worth it.
Yeah. I know. I'm a one man show. That's been doing this for 12 years by myself. But recently, I got this young lady, Kiona. She graduated from University of Houston with a marketing degree. So we were sitting down at a meeting one time, and she said, "Ron, where do you have time to do all this? What you're doing?" Because I shared my calendar with her. She looked at that calendar. "How can you do all this?" I said, "I just do it." And she said, "But you got 3 events in one day. How do you do it?" I go from one to the other to the other. But she said, "But isn't that too much for you to do?" So I sat back, thought, and I told her, I said, "You know what makes things hard for me?" And I said, "Don't take this wrong, is when people tell me that I shouldn't be doing that. But I enjoy what I'm doing. So if you think it's too much for me, I think it's too much for you, because I can handle it. I can do it. I've been doing it for years. And I have a system that I do, that I just get up in the morning, I pray. I said, "Lord, I got some things I need to do today." And the first thing I said, "Please help me bite my tongue, because I would say some things that piss somebody off." So I go out there. Yeah, so I go out that day and boom, 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 boom. I finish. I come home, unload my equipment. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm tired. If I sit in this office chair for 5 minutes and don't do anything, I'm asleep. But with the will of God for me to get up and do these things, because what keeps me going is I look at the organization I'm doing things for. I look at the community out there. I feel like I need to get out there and help them. And that's what keeps me going. And kids is my sore spot. If you say anything about a kid need help, I am there. It's just people just don't understand. When you doing things by yourself and for yourself, it's different than having 20 people around you doing things. Now, don't get me wrong. That day is coming when I'm going to have 20 people around me doing things. And I can sit back and do nothing else but just watch. but I'm waiting for that day. And so, like you said earlier, behind the scenes, people just don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I would love to have a camera to see all the things that everybody go through. All the people who's an honoree. I would love to hear the story, what went on behind the scenes in order to make this happen, because people will be, oh, I couldn't do that.
Yes, so that is definitely a prelude to kind of our conversation we had last night when we were prepping for this call, Ron, is that, you have 24 hours in a day. It's how you use those 24 hours. Some people choose to use the 24 hours and multitask and get a lot of things done. I have a list of things that I put on my list, and I know that I'm going to do them. I have them prioritized, and then I'm okay. It's okay to say you have too much in one day. Just move them to the next day. And then they are rearranged and prioritized. And I do that all the time. And so I'm always reassessing everything, what's more important, what's prioritized, where it needs to be done. And that's how I get all these multiple things done at the same time, and leaning on your team. But you just kind of mentioned earlier, you would love to be on the fly on the wall and see what our 7 honorees are doing and have been doing in the community. And no better way to find out is to come to our event tomorrow at 2 p.m. at City Church. Come show up. We don't have a limit on how many people can attend. So please come on in, bring in, because we have our sponsors, City Church, are sponsoring the venue for us, and we have the space, and we appreciate them partnering with us on this big event that we're doing. So by all means, come by, drop by, fly by, whatever you can do. We're ready to receive you.
You good. You could sell Eskimo ice cubes. You just, that segue was so smooth. I'll look at President. You got something to say?
No, I was just going to emphasize, yes, big thank you, shout out to City Church San Antonio, located at 9431 Bandera Road. That is in San Antonio, Texas. The zip is 78250. They have been incredibly generous to us for just working with us, hearing our vision, and having their space prepared for us on Saturday. So we definitely want to make sure that we include them in our shout out, City Church San Antonio, for their partnership with this event.
Okay. One question, I don't have it in front of me. You mentioned in the deal up on the DreamWeek about the CDC.
Good Health Wins.
They did that. Okay.
You want to take that, Madam Program?
Oh, okay. Good Health Wins is a program where we partnered originally with
NCNW.
CDC. Yeah, CDC will give grants to what is it? National
Council of
Negro Women. And they would pay us, give us funds to educate the public on respiratory diseases. So we have COVID, RSV, pneumonia, and so forth. And we go out and we educate, and we try to do something. Whenever we have any kind of program going on, we add that Good Health Wins to that program so we can educate whoever is in the audience.
And everybody's sick right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's sick right now. So we are a multi-function event planning organization. So yes, we will have the conversation with our honorees, but we will also have information that is pushed out by this Good Health Wins initiative about respiratory health and precautions that we are taking specifically in this winter season.
Especially with this Cedar. Me and Cedar, we don't get along.
It's been terrible. My lungs have just been, oh my gosh, for about 3 weeks. It's really bad. November through January just isn't fair.
I went to the doctor one time and I told him, he said, "You're allergic to cedar." I said, "Yeah, I know that." So he got a white piece of paper. He got a comb and he combed my mustache and my beard, and all this red stuff came out. I said, "What's that?" "That's cedar pollen. You breathing it in all the time." You need to wash your beard like people wash their hair.
He got the pollen? Oh my
It
gosh.
stuck to my beard and everything, and I was breathing it in constantly.
Have you been keeping it shorter since?
Yeah, I have. It's probably short tomorrow. I got shaved, so I look good tomorrow when I get there. But but I was amazed when I seen all that coming on that white paper. Something simple like that, and him telling me wash your beard like people. He looked at me and said, "You don't have no hair, but wash your beard like you have hair." That down there, everybody do that. And once I started doing that, it didn't eliminate it, but I felt a little better.
That's good. Because you were carrying it right there with you.
Uh
Close
huh.
proximity.
No matter what I was eating with, I was doing everything with. It was just following me.
It's bad. It's really bad. And we can't dodge it. There's nothing we can do.
And you know, a little sidebar. Do you know when I first moved down here, they called Texas, South Texas, the toilet of America?
Why is that?
They said because when the cold front come down here, it brings all that junk from up north, and sometimes the cold front doesn't go through San Antonio. It settles right on top of it, and so does all that yuck that came from up north down here.
That is yuck.
And I heard that. I said, "You kidding me?" He said, "No, sir, I'm not kidding you."
Wow.
So,
Wow. No, I did not know that.
no, okay.
So I can definitely say that, yeah, San Antonio, we're at the bottom of the United States. Definitely the weather we have here. So I'm hoping the weather is great tomorrow, so everybody can come out. But I wanted, before we end, to highlight our 7 individuals, if you don't mind.
Go for
In
it.
addition to who we have is Ronald Gordon Sr., who's here on this call. We also have Donalda Smith, who's also on this call, our SOAR. We have Cynthia De La Pena. She's highlighted with us. Reverend Deborah Seward, come out. See Salima Mendoza. Also, we have Toya Taylor. She will be highlighted as well. And lastly, but not least, we have Liz Franklin. She will also be highlighted. So please, if any of you know these young individuals, and also even if you don't, come learn about them. We're excited to showcase and celebrate.
Wow, that's a lot. I feel honored. I mean, this is good. I was telling somebody the other day what I was doing. They said, "Really?" I said, "You should always remember somebody is always watching."
Yes. 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 The good and the bad. Somebody is always watching.
Definitely. But
Yeah.
definitely, and we want our audience and we want our community to just take a look at some of these individuals and the works that's getting done in their community and learn that we don't have to wait for an event such as this to
Right.
highlight and celebrate our unsung heroes. We can do that, as you say, we celebrate Black History 365 days a year. We can celebrate our heroes 365 days a year.
Hmm.
So definitely it's a way for us to just start looking at things a little differently. We know we get really busy, bogged down in the day-to-day work and our
Right.
schedules that we're doing, but it's never too late and it's never too hard to stop by and just give someone a thank you, shout out, hello, how you
Hmm.
doing, any of those things. So that's what we're trying to, set that pace. And what better to do in January? At the beginning of the year, we got
Yeah.
12 more months. Let's start this cadence.
Yeah. Let me ask one final question. Tomorrow, are you gonna let the audience interact?
Yes, we do have a program for the audience. There's a couple of ways for them to be involved in our initiative and our program. Is when they come, they can bring a donation of canned goods or clothing. We are definitely accepting those for this event as your entry fee. But by all means, we've celebrated that. We have some food carts that the city partnered with City Church. They're going to be able to help us collect the food and actually disperse those out. And then we also are accepting clothing. So please, gently used clothing that you could use, that you can, bring for this event. That would be great. another opportunity for them to interact as well is to be able to highlight their own heroes. So remember, look around your community, think about who's in your network, and we'll have an opportunity for you to write down your hero. And then again, we'll be able to send out a blast at the end post-event on our social media of all the heroes that will be nominated in addition to our 7.
All right. All right. Last thing, any final words before we go?
Well, we're just looking forward to a large audience, and hopefully we can reach out to as many as possible. And looking forward to seeing you guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you, Dr. Bryant, for remembering me. I still got your book. I've been reading it. So, all right, everybody take care. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thank you
so much.
Congratulations.
All right. Talk to y'all
Bye-bye.
later. Talk to you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in to WSAN Radio. Catch us on our YouTube channel, WSAN Radio SA. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button.